I know what it feels like to have nothing, to feel like life is just happening to you, to feel stuck in a loop where nothing changes, no matter how bad you want it to. And you need to listen to me when I say this. Your life is not over and your situation is not permanent, but if you want things to change, and I mean really want things to change, you have to start moving differently. And no, I'm not talking about winning the lottery, waiting for someone to save you, because reality check, no one is coming to save you, but you can save yourself. And honestly, that is the best news possible, because that means that you are in control of your own life. That means the power has been with you this entire time. Today, I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step breakdown on how to rebuild your life when you have zero money, zero confidence, and zero direction. Because I promise you that there is a way out. And it starts with how you think, act, and more importantly, how you show up. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Alyssa, and I'm so grateful to have you be a part of my community. Whether this is your first time seeing a video from me or you've been here since the beginning, welcome. The first mental shift: you are not broke, you are in training. The biggest thing that's keeping you stuck is the way that you are seeing yourself. Right now, you're identifying as a broke girl. That's what made you click on this video. You saw broke girl in the title and you're like, hey, that's me. You're waking up every single day and reinforcing that you are someone who struggles, that you are someone that has challenges, someone who cannot afford things, someone that is behind. And that belief system is running your entire life. I need you to erase that phrase, I'm broke, from your vocabulary. I don't ever want to hear you say it again. You are not broke. You are in training. Every wealthy, successful, powerful woman you admire had a season where she had absolutely nothing, okay? She had to build from the ground up. And the women who make it, they don't sit in their circumstances. They use their circumstances as fuel. So starting today, you don't wake up and say, I'm broke. You wake up saying that I am in my breakthrough era. I am training for my next level. I am becoming the kind of woman that can handle all the success that I'm going to obtain. And the reality is when you shift into this kind of mindset, you stop being a victim. You start moving and operating like a woman who's on the rise, not on the decline. How to think differently and why it changes everything. Your thoughts create your reality, and I know that sounds cliche, but let me prove it to you. If you wake up and believe that you're stuck, your brain will look to ways to prove you right. If you wake up and believe I'm resourceful, your brain will come up with ways to prove you right. Your brain will literally start seeing new opportunities in how you can be resourceful. Your brain is literally wired to believe whatever you tell it to believe. It's called the Reticular Activating System, abbreviation RAS, and it acts as a filter. If you tell yourself you're broke, it will filter out every opportunity and only show you proof that you're broke. But if you wake up and start saying, these are the opportunities around me, I am figuring this out, I am becoming more valuable every day, your brain will start to find solutions instead of problems. And I'm telling you guys, this is so real. Have you ever had like a really bad day? And then all of a sudden, it just feels like the day is progressively getting worse. It could start early in the morning. You stub your toe in the morning. And then from there, it goes on and you run out of toothpaste. And then from there, you go to the car and there's your engine light's on. It seems like it's progressively getting worse, right? And it's because you are communicating to your brain, things are bad, things are getting worse. And what happens is you're telling the universe, send me more bad stuff. That's why to this day, when something is kind of going wrong in my life, I try so hard to fixate on what's good, because I know from experience I have spiraled and given myself a much worse day due to my mindset. I'm going to give you guys some actionable tips about how to hack your brain into seeing solutions instead of problems. Tip number 1 is journal every day. okay? What am I grateful for that costs nothing? This is going to be a game changer because oftentimes we are so fixated on what we don't have, me included, you guys. But if you start journaling and saying, what am I grateful for that costs nothing? Perspectives will change, I promise you. Another prompt is, what is one small action I can take today to improve my situation? It trains your brains to focus on solutions. Another prompt is, what would the future successful me do right now? This trains your brain to embody her before you see the results. When you have absolutely nothing, right? Times are hard, poor and disenfranchised, frustrated, just lost your job, don't have the dream relationship that you want, right? You have nothing. The only way to go is up, okay? And it starts with the mindset hack. It starts with changing the way that you are thinking about things. Even in our lowest moments, okay, when we don't have the things that we want, focus on what you do have. Honesty hour, there have been multiple incidents in my life where I felt like I had nothing. Either I had gotten fired from a job, literally was behind on bills, wasn't where I wanted to be physically in my fitness journey, okay? And you just are kind of spiraling. You just feel like, what's the point? Bed rotting, scrolling on the phone that is late, the payment is late and they can shut it off at any moment, okay? I have been there. I have good days, bad days. Even right now, I'm going through a season that's a little bit tough, okay? I would often visualize on things that I wish I had, or, oh, only if I had this apartment, I would be better, or if my husband did this, things would be better. And it's just like, I was so hyper fixated on all the things that I wanted versus literally I had a bed to lay in and think about all these things, right? Like when you really think into perspective, right? Bills were behind, got fired from a job, but I had a bed. I was laying in that bed, rotting, thinking about all that I didn't have. But that was the first step. After I started thinking about the bed, I was okay, well, I still have a phone, right? The bill's late, but I still have a phone that I can scroll on, that I can reach out to people to, right? And once I started doing these little things, I have a dog, right? Love my dog. She's sometimes annoying, but I've always wanted a dog since I was a little girl. So it's like little things like that. I started thinking about all the things that I did have, even in the midst of chaos, even in the midst of bad times. And this quote changed the game for me. Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. I realized that if I wanted a different life, if I wanted to be a different person, I had to start showing up differently. And a lot of these things don't even cost any money. Let's talk about it. Move your body like a woman who loves herself, okay? You don't need a gym. You need movement. I walk every single day, even when I don't feel like it, because motion creates emotion. It's a real thing. If you want to change your energy, change your posture. Stand up straighter. Move with purpose. Act like a woman who loves herself, and your brain will follow. Tip number 2, become a student of success without paying for a coach. I had no money for therapy, courses, or coaching, okay? But I did have YouTube, podcasts. That was free. Every morning, instead of scrolling, listen to a successful person talk about mindset, habits, and growth. This works because when you flood your brain with new ideas, you start thinking differently. Tip number 3 is upgrade your environment with what you have. Your space reflects your mind. If your space is cluttered, your mind is cluttered. If you don't have money for expensive decor, you have control over what you do have. Start making your bed, even on days you feel like crap, okay? Open the blinds, let some sunlight in. Light signals your brain that it's time to wake up and be productive. Clean up your space, regardless of how small. Work with what you have. I know what it feels like to be stuck, to feel like your situation is way too far gone to even fix. But listen to me really good, okay? Your circumstances don't define your value. Your habits do. The decisions you make do. How you get back up after falling down does. And you don't need money to start acting like the woman that you want to be. healthy. I know we live in an era of overconsumption. You are constantly being fed and seeing things that are showing you all the things that you don't have, okay? If we all worked with a little more with what we currently have, our entire perspectives would change. The woman that you want to be, she already exists inside of you. All you have to do is show up to become her. So if you only take one thing from this video, focus on this. When you feel like you have nothing, focus on what you do have. Because even in disparity, even in chaos, even in when you're down bad, there is something that you do have. Focus on those things. If you have a body, move it. If you have a mind, feed it. If you have a space, respect it. The shift happens the second you stop waiting for a way out and instead you create one. And I pinky promise you, if every single day you slowly but surely start implementing these things in your life, you will see changes. But don't just take my word for it. Actually try it and see if it makes a difference. I know that life can be unfair, okay? I'm not trying to say that it can't be. Things can be very difficult. Times can be hard. People are dealing with real things. Loss of family members, loss of a job, security, safety. I get it, okay? These are very real circumstances that are happening. And this video is not to take light of any of that. But I also know that you are so much more powerful than your circumstances. And if you don't believe that yet, if you're in a space where you can't see that yet, borrow my belief until you do. The most dangerous thing you can do is nothing. Is to stay exactly where you are. I'm reading a book right now by David Goggins, never finished. I absolutely love this man. He's incredible. And he talks about being in the military and when they used to drop them off at night, they had to wait a bit to adjust their eyes to the darkness, right? And he goes on to say that sometimes life can be like that, where when you are in darkness and chaos and grittiness, you just are scared. You want to leave, you want to run, you want to get the heck out of wherever you are, right? Because it's scary, it's dark, it's cold, it's uncomfortable. But if you just stay a little bit in that darkness, your eyes do adjust and you are able to see around you and eventually get out of it. And I want to encourage you guys that you don't need money to get out of it, because nothing changes if you don't. In order to get the things that you want to get, you have to change your mindset. You have to start somewhere. And the money's coming. Things will change, things will get better, but it starts with the mindset. So today, right now, it's just you and me here, okay? I want you to make me a promise that you will take action. Just one little thing today for yourself to be a better woman, because you're not just surviving, okay? Remember what I said, you are in training mode. You are a soldier preparing. You're not just a victim of your circumstance. And one day you will look back at your current situation and see how much you've evolved and see how much things have changed. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. It lets YouTube know that you're into this kind of content. And make sure you guys are following my social media handles, Fitless Lifestyle. And I hope this video was helpful for you, and I really hope you believe what I'm saying. And like I said earlier, if you don't have this belief currently, borrow mine, because you are her, okay? And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.